Life feels heavy sometimes, doesn't it? Stress, overthinking, worrying about things you can't control. It never seems to stop. Maybe you feel stuck, frustrated, or exhausted from chasing things that never bring real happiness. Every day it's the same cycle. Problems at work, difficult people, endless distractions pulling you in different directions. And no matter how hard you try, peace feels just out of reach. But what if I told you there's another way? A way to stay calm no matter what happens. A way to stop wasting energy on things that don't matter. A way to find real power, not in controlling the world, but in controlling yourself. The secret? A few simple habits that have been used for centuries by the strongest minds in history. Most people ignore these habits. They get lost in stress, reacting to life instead of mastering it. But you don't have to. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you're going to learn 7 powerful Stoic habits that will change how you think, how you act, and how you handle anything life throws at you. If you skip this, you'll miss the chance to break free from stress and take control of your mind. But if you keep watching, you might just find the peace and strength you've been looking for. How much time do you waste thinking about things you can't change? Maybe someone was rude to you and you replay the moment in your head all day. Maybe a mistake from the past keeps haunting you even though you can't go back and fix it. Or maybe you're constantly worried about what people think, trying to please everyone even when it drains you. This habit of focusing on things outside your control is one of the biggest reasons for stress, frustration, and anxiety. But here's the truth. Most things in life are out of your control. You can't control the weather, the economy, other people's opinions, or what happened yesterday. What you can control is how you respond, and that is where your real power is. Imagine if you stopped worrying about things you couldn't change. Imagine if, instead of getting angry at bad traffic, you used the time to listen to something useful. Instead of worrying about what people think, you focus on doing what's right. Instead of stressing over the past, you learn from it and moved forward. When you focus only on what you can control, life becomes simpler. You stop wasting time on things that don't matter. You feel lighter, calmer, and more in control of yourself. The next time something bothers you, ask yourself, can I control this? If the answer is no, let it go. If the answer is yes, take action. That's it. Master this habit, and you'll master your emotions. Most people spend their lives chasing comfort. They avoid anything that feels hard, uncomfortable, or inconvenient. But here's the problem. When life gets tough, they're not ready. They panic, they break down, they feel lost. Stoics believed that to be strong in life, you must train yourself to handle discomfort. Think about it. When was the last time you faced something truly difficult? Maybe it was a financial struggle, a health problem, or losing someone you cared about. In those moments, did you feel prepared, or did you feel overwhelmed? Most people crumble under stress because they've spent their whole lives avoiding discomfort. But the good news is you can train yourself to be stronger. How? By practicing discomfort before life forces it on you. Try simple challenges. Take a cold shower, walk instead of driving, skip a meal, put your phone away for a whole day. These might seem small, but they build mental toughness. When you choose discomfort on your own terms, you become ready for anything. Nothing surprises you, nothing scares you. When hard times come, you'll already be trained to handle them. And here's the best part. Once you stop fearing discomfort, you become unstoppable. You realize that most of your fears were just in your head. You don't need perfect conditions to be happy. You don't need everything to go your way. You are strong enough to handle anything. Start small, challenge yourself every day, and watch how your mindset changes. Your mind is constantly running. Thoughts, worries, regrets, ideas, they all pile up, making it hard to focus. Some days you feel overwhelmed, but don't even know why. That's where journaling comes in. Writing down your thoughts is like cleaning up your mind. It helps you see things clearly instead of feeling lost in emotions. You don't need to write long essays. Just a few sentences each day can change everything. Try this. Before bed, ask yourself, what went well today? What could I have done better? What's one thing I learned? Answering these simple questions makes you more aware of your actions. It stops you from repeating the same mistakes. Journaling also helps control emotions. Instead of reacting in anger or fear, you write it down, step back and think. You learn to respond wisely instead of acting on impulse. The great Stoic emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote his thoughts every day, and his wisdom is still studied today. If it worked for him, it can work for you. Pick up a notebook, start writing, and take control of your mind. Most people see problems as bad luck. They complain, feel frustrated, and wish life were easier. But Stoics saw problems differently. They believed every challenge is training for the mind. When life gets hard, it's not punishment, it's preparation. Think about it. How do you build physical strength? By lifting heavy weights, pushing your limits, and doing things that feel hard. Your mind works the same way. If life were always easy, you would never grow. Every difficult situation is a chance to become mentally stronger. Traffic is training for patience. A rude person is training for self-restraint. A failure is training for resilience. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How can this make me stronger?" This habit changes everything. Instead of feeling like a victim, you feel like a warrior. You don't run from problems. You face them, learn from them, and become better. The next time life tests you, don't complain. See it as training, embrace the challenge, and come out stronger. Most people avoid thinking about death. It makes them uncomfortable. They live as if they have endless time, wasting days on things that don't matter, arguments, distractions, meaningless worries. But the truth is, one day your time will run out. The Stoics had a phrase for this, memento mori. Remember you must die. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you up. If you truly understand that life is short, you start living differently. You stop wasting time on petty fights. You stop putting off your dreams. You stop caring so much about what others think. Instead, you focus on what truly matters, becoming better, helping others, and making the most of every moment. Ask yourself, if today were my last day, would I be proud of how I lived? Did I spend my time on things that matter, or did I waste it on nonsense? Thinking about death doesn't make life depressing, it makes it meaningful. It reminds you to appreciate what you have, to love deeply, and to act with urgency. Don't wait for someday. We live in a world that constantly tells us more is better. More money, more stuff, more pleasure. But have you ever noticed that no matter how much you get, it never feels like enough? You buy something new, and after a few days the excitement fades. You chase more, but the happiness never lasts. The Stoics believed the key to happiness wasn't having more, it was needing less. They practiced simple living, not because they hated comfort, but because they knew that too much of anything makes you weak. When you always chase pleasure, you become a slave to it. When you always need luxury, you can't live without it. But when you learn to be happy with less, nothing can control you. Try this. Go one day without something you think you need. skip your favorite food, turn off your phone, or spend a weekend without spending money. Notice how little you actually need to be happy. The less you depend on things, the freer you become. Happiness isn't in owning more, it's in learning to enjoy what you already have. True freedom comes when you stop chasing and start appreciating. So instead of adding more to your life, try removing what doesn't matter. You might find that you already have enough. How many times have you said or done something in anger and regretted it later? How often do emotions take over, making you say things you don't mean or act in ways that hurt you? Most people react instantly to everything. Someone insults them, they snap back. Something goes wrong, they panic. They let their emotions control them, but Stoics knew that true strength comes from control, not from reacting without thinking. The habit of pausing before you react is one of the most powerful skills you can develop. Imagine if every time something triggered you, you took a deep breath before responding. Imagine if, instead of arguing back, you stayed calm and thought things through. Imagine if, instead of letting bad news ruin your mood, you accepted it and focused on what you could do next. This small habit changes everything. The next time you feel anger, frustration, or stress rising, stop. Ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will this matter tomorrow? Most of the time you'll realize it's not worth it. You'll choose to stay calm, to respond with wisdom instead of impulse. When you master this habit, nothing controls you, not people, not events, not even your own emotions. That is real power. Think about everything you've learned so far. 7 habits. 7 simple changes that can make you stronger, calmer, and more in control of your life. These aren't complicated ideas. They don't require money, talent, or special skills. They only require one thing: consistent practice. Most people hear ideas like these and do nothing. They go back to their old habits, letting life push them around. But you're not most people. You made it this far, which means something inside you wants change. So here's the challenge. Start today. Pick one habit and apply it. Just one. Maybe it's focusing only on what you can control. Maybe it's practicing discomfort. Maybe it's journaling. Whatever it is, do it today, and then do it again tomorrow. These habits won't transform you overnight, but little by little, they will make you unshakable. You will stop wasting time on what doesn't matter. You will stop being controlled by emotions. You will stop living passively and start living with purpose. You don't need more time. You don't need a perfect moment. You just need to start. So take action now and watch your life change. You now have the tools to build a stronger, calmer, and more focused mind. These 7 habits are not just ideas. They are a way to live. The choice is yours. Will you keep living the same way, stuck in stress and distractions, or will you start applying these habits and take control of your life? If this video helped you in any way, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. It helps more people discover these life-changing habits, and it keeps you connected for more wisdom like this. And now I want to hear from you. What is the biggest challenge you're facing right now? Have you ever tried any of these Stoic habits before? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might inspire someone else to take action. Remember, small steps every day lead to big changes. Start today, stay strong, and keep moving forward.